I woke up this morning and I feeling nice, but the path that I chose comes with battles to fight. As long as I'm living, my future is shaping, and where I am headed, got no time for problems. All the weight on your shoulder, put the problem behind you. If you fall down, you get up and get your head up the earth and when they try to behind you, and they talking behind you, don't let me sing about you. Put your hand in the air and everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. Good afternoon. Right on time. My name is Peter Silva. I am the president of the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee. And on behalf of all the members, we truly thank you all for attending this event, Cape Verdean Recognition Week. We're going to begin the ceremony by having the flag raising. The Cape Verdean Veterans Association Color Guard is standing by. Candida Rose will sing first the American anthem, followed by the Cape Verdean anthem. Candida Rose, as you know, homegrown and internationally renowned. Welcome her.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Canta, irmão, canta, meu irmão, que é liberdade hino e homem é a certeza, com dignidade inteira semente no pó da ilha nua. Na despenhadeira da vida, esperança é do tamanho de mar que nos abraças, sentinelas de mares e ventos, perseverante entre estrelas e o Atlântico, entoa o cântico de liberdade. Canta, irmão, canta, meu irmão, que é liberdade hino e o homem a certeza. Obrigado. Thank you.
Many thanks to the Honor Guard and to Candida. Next up is apologies from the mayor. The mayor is attending a conference of mayors in Florida. In his stead, we have the president of the city council, Joe Lopes.
It's my honor to represent the mayor today. As was mentioned, he is at the Conference for International Mayors in Florida. I will read the official city proclamation. This is the 45th anniversary of the Cape Verdean Week, sponsored by the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee, Inc. And whereas the honorary Grand Marshal for this year's parade will be Junkum Jack Livramento, a community advocate who has served his church, the community, and the city of New Bedford as a school committee member. And whereas the Cape Verdean Recognition Scholarships Committee will award over $40,000 to 42 deserving area high school students. And whereas the 45th annual Cape Verdean Recognition Parade will take place on July 1st, 2017. And whereas this is the 42nd anniversary of the independence of the Republic of Cape Verde. And whereas New Bedford has been a long destination Cape Verdean immigrants and the home port for the historic schooner Ernestina. And whereas the parish of Our Lady of Assumption Church in New Bedford, the first Cape Verdean Catholic church in North America, celebrated its 112th anniversary this year. And whereas the Cape Verdean Ultramarine Band Club celebrates its 100th anniversary. And whereas the main post office in New Bedford is named in honor of the Honorable Judge George N. Layton, the first Cape Verdean American U.S. District Court Judge in the United States, who celebrated his 106th birthday this year. Now therefore I, in representing Mayor Jon Mitchell, Mayor of the City of New Bedford, do hereby proclaim June 25th, 2017 through July 1st, 2017, Cape Verdean Recognition Week, and ask that all citizens share this celebration, given this 26th day of June, 2017, by Mayor Jon Mitchell. I will introduce all the elected officials that are here. Bristol County, 13th representative of Bristol County, Tony Cabral, State Rep. Second Vice President of Bedford City Council in Cape Verdean, Brian K. Gomes. Ward 3 City Council, Hugh Dunn. The Grand Marshal and member of the school committee, Jack Livramento. And also the school committee, Josh Amaral in the audience. The City Council will give its remarks by Brian K. Gomes at the appropriate time. Brian K. Gomes will be giving it now.
Dana Romero's out there.
Oh. I didn't see, and Councilor Dana Ribeiro, Councilor of Ward 4, is in attendance. Oh. She's sitting down. I apologize, Councilor Ribeiro. Councilor Gomes?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? There we go. Show a little bit of Cape Verdean noise there. It is another week of a chance and an opportunity for the Cape Verdean culture to be recognized in the city and its contributes. First of all, I would like to thank the committee from the bottom of my heart. We know how hard you work each and every year to keep continuously successful Cape Verdean Recognition Week. It's not something very easy. You'll leave the drawing board this coming weekend on a Sunday and you'll go right back Monday, Tuesday, starting for the next year. We commend you for that. You deserve a round of applause. Please give it to them. On behalf of the New Bedford City Council, it's, as I said, a week for the Cape Verdean culture in the city to be recognized for its contributions as we recognize others during the summer months. It will be our chance to put the starlight on all of us in our community, our food, our culture, our music, and our history. And the history is deep in the city of New Bedford, one that the Cape Verdean community can be very proud of. I know I'm proud as a Cape Verdean serving the city of New Bedford. I love serving the city of New Bedford. The Cape Verdean community has been a part of my life, all my life. My father had a cleaners right down on Acushnet Avenue. I've watched this thing grow from years ago to what it is now, and it's just a phenomenal weekend. So I encourage everyone to come out and enjoy the weekend, come out, enjoy the food, enjoy the music, enjoy the community, because it has a lot to offer. I don't know what's wrong with me this afternoon. It has a lot to offer. The community is open arm all weekend. And the last thing I'll say, I noticed during the course of the weekend, a lot of people down the beach. And you know why they were down the beach? They're getting their tan on, because everybody wants to be Cape Verdean this week. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Councilor of Ward 4, Dana Ribeiro, please step to the microphone.
Thank you, everybody. I was sitting down with the beautiful Montero children. So I was at a concert last night, U2, and the Irish have a great deal in common with Cape Verdean in their history and their strife and their struggles to be free. One of my favorite songs by them is called "A Street with No Name," and to me it represents our struggle. And to me that song means to live in a city where you belong everywhere, where there's not a street that has a name where you can't be there, because you've made an impact everywhere you go. And that's what we've done. But as I've been in the South End working with some youth, I see we have so much more to do. So I'd love to remember the fact that Emile Cabral was able to work with Guinea-Bissau and other parts of West Africa to free Cape Verde. And I'd like to see a day where our young people don't shoot at other Cape Verdeans anymore. I'd like to think about the impact that we've had economically around the world. And I'd like to see everybody, every young person, be able to attain economic freedom and home ownership and the things that really make America and New Bedford your home. So that if the city changes, we can't be chased out, because we have real ownership in not only homes, but in businesses, and that's the future that we want for this city. So I want us all to rejoice about, being able to be free in Cape Verde, but we need to fight for more freedom here in New Bedford. And that's why I'm so glad to sit with the Montero children and all the children, because they inspire me. I want New Bedford to be for them, and I want them to be able to reach their potential, every child too. But as we know, when you're African in America, it is more difficult. So I thank you all for coming, and I know we'll all work together, and I look forward to a brighter future.
A gentleman who is a player behind the scenes, who's well known in the community for his support, Representative Tony Cabral.
Good afternoon, boa tarde. Let me begin by thanking the committee, the Cape Verdean Recognition Week committee. They've done a wonderful job, again, preparing us for the celebration this year, as they have every year. As the resolution talked about, it's been 45 years of planning this celebration every year. And every committee over the last 45 years have done a tremendous job. This is an opportunity for all of us to really celebrate the struggles, but also the successes of the Cape Verdean American community right here in New Bedford. Without the Cape Verdean community in New Bedford would not be what it is today. You have done tremendous work in making sure that this community is a richer community because of your participation, because of your culture, because of the music, because of everything that is Cape Verdean. And above all, you didn't forget those across the sea. Those across back home in Cape Verde, you started this celebration not only to celebrate us here and all your contributions here and our successes here as a community, as a Cape Verdean American community, but also never forget those back home. They have inspirations, they have vision, they need your help, and I think you have stepped up to the plate and you have provided You have provided that guidance, that support, because I've had the pleasure of going to Cape Verde twice now, and I plan to go again soon in the next several months. Maybe Councilor Gomes can join us this time.
Maybe it's about time.
But quite frankly, throughout the places that I've been, being Praia, being Bravo, being Fogo, other places in Cape Verde, they know New Bedford. When you talk about New Bedford, they know how important this community is, not only because of the impact you've had here in America, here in New Bedford, but how important you are to them, to their own struggles back home, to their inspirations of freedom, of liberty, and building a country back across the ocean, a country that all of us can be proud, that you can be proud, and all of us in this community can be proud. They are an example in the continent of Africa. They have transferred power after every single election. That's not the case in many places in the world, so we should be proud of that. They are really a model for democracy, not only in Africa, but a model for democracy throughout the world, and they should be supported and commended. And they also know, if you talk and you go back and speak with the leaders in Cape Verde, they know how important you are here, how much contributions you have made to this community. Your involvement, be civic, political, or economic, they know how important you are here as well, and they want to be supportive as well. So to all of us, this is a great opportunity this week for again, I'm going to like Councilor Gomes, having difficulty getting the words out, but this is a great opportunity for us to really showcase a community that is so important to all of us, a community that works hard, a community that family is important, a community that faith is important to them. And that's what New Bedford is about. That's what Cape Verdean American community is about here. So congratulations, and let's celebrate. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, so we have heard from our governing leaders. They also, by default, lead us both civically and our ethnic communities also. Civically, we, on behalf of the community, would like to thank the Mayor's Office and the City Council for supporting the Cape Verdean community. That includes the parade that happens every year, celebrating July 4th, celebrating America. We thank them wholeheartedly for that. Also, I would like to say that the Cape Verdean community is part of the South Coast. New Bedford being the hub of the South Coast, we have a scholarship program that supports the South Coast. From Rochester to Westport, we award scholarships to aspiring students. This year, we are going to award tens of thousands of dollars to students from the South Coast. And to our community, I'd like to say thank you for your support. This year, the parade marshal is a man, I'll say he has a lengthy record. It's an envious record. He's a man of song, he's a man of God, he's a man of education, and he's a man that I can't list all his accomplishments and his sincerity to the community. But he is our parade marshal, and I would like to oh boy. I would like to introduce him at this time, Jack Livramento.
Thank you very much. Not a big mic here, but that's okay. First of all, I really want to thank each and every member of the Cape Verdean Recognition for this honor. It really is an opportunity for me to step forward and really just take in the appreciation that each and every member of our community really serves to each and every one of us. They are honoring me this weekend. However, in a sense, we honor each other and we honor our entire community this week with Cape Verdean Recognition. With that, very good. I look at Cape Verdean Recognition Week as being a light for the path that we all must travel. Manny Lopes lit this flame. We have been carrying that torch over the last number of 40 years, from one generation to the next generation. We continue to hold that flame that enlivens each and every one of us in our community to say that we as individuals, as Cape Verdeans, are important to the city, to the state, and to the entire country. We are important to ourselves because the gifts that we have, we present them, and hopefully they're utilized by each and every one of us to the fullest extent. I'm on the Education Committee, the Education School Committee, and with that, education has always been a very critical and important part of my life. It has been the center via which I have been able to grow and expand and go to various places that I never would have had the opportunity to go to. So I encourage all of our youth who are here today and who may see the TV later on. Two things. You got 2 weeks vacation, I'm saying. You got 2 weeks vacation because after that, you really need to get back to work, to get back to saying that my education is important and what I do during these summer months, that I don't let what I've learned slip by. And as a community, we support our youth and we support each and every one of us. Our education never stops. Mine began a long time ago when I was a little child. I don't remember that. But it's progressed each and every day. And I enliven that, the really support that I've gotten throughout my entire life is really centered around Our Lady of the Assumption. They have allowed me to really become all that I am capable of becoming and all that I am able to do. It's by the community there and the entire city of New Bedford that has given me a support base via which I could go and try, succeed, and maybe slip down a couple of times, but then get up and move on. So that's my word of encouragement to each and every one of us, that this week just indicates as a beginning again. We are starting again to really carry that torch for the next generation and light the flame and the path via which they must go. And light the flame for ourselves to make sure that we are alive and vibrant and that all the joy that we bring to our lives and to our city, we continue to spread that to each and every one of us. Happy Cape Verdean Recognition Week. Happy Cape Verdean History. Happy Cape Verde.
I'm the president of the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee, but don't let titles fool you. I am going to introduce you to my boss, Vice President Marilyn Gonzalez. She is the worker.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's a beautiful afternoon, and it is a pleasure to be here again to celebrate the beginning of Cape Verdean Recognition Week. I am extremely happy to announce that we reached our goal this year, and we will be awarding $40,000 to 42 deserving high school seniors in the greater New Bedford area. It will take place this Thursday, June 29th at 6 p.m. at the New Bedford Whaling Museum. The committee is very grateful for the monies raised this year and the generous amount of donations received by different organizations, businesses, individuals, which made it a very, very extremely and successful year. The committee wishes to thank and express their gratitude for all that made it possible in assisting the cause of increasing awareness about the importance of education and leadership for our young people. We ask for your continued support this next year. The committee has a 501(c)(3) status, so it is tax deductible, and if you wish to make donations throughout the year, just send it to the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee, Post Office Box 3070-02741. We'll be very grateful for any contribution received. Well, we hope to see all of you at the parade on Saturday so you can see all of our beautiful recipients. Have a good afternoon and thank you.
Well, I can tell you that Councilor Gomes spoke truth to power when he talked about how next year's plan and parade will start the week after the parade. The parade committee meets all over town, week after week, month after month, trying to put the act together. It's no easy task, believe me. It's now time to meet the chairperson of the parade committee, Diane Gomes.
Hello. Thank you all for coming. As Marilyn said, it is a beautiful day. Before I forget, because there's so much on my mind this week you can't even imagine with the parade Saturday. I can't even believe it's flag raising day today. But before I forget, I need to ask a favor of everyone that's here today, because this morning I was a little bit upset because I heard a rumor that's going around that the parade was postponed until Sunday. So I don't know if anyone else has heard that rumor, but please, 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 if you hear anyone talking about that, please let them know that parade has not changed. The parade is still Saturday, 11 a.m. It leaves from Buntwood Park. And that brings me to one change this year. We made a slight change to the parade route. It doesn't really affect the length of the parade, but for all you folks that usually watch the parade on Union Street in the downtown area, you need to just shift one block over south to Spring Street. So the parade will start at Buntwood Park, come down Union Street, take a right onto County, and then left down to Spring, and then continue right on Acushnet Avenue. So that's the only change. We were told that there was going to be some construction on Union Street, so it was in our best interest to make that change just in case. You know the old saying, better safe than sorry? So we changed it. So again, welcome and thank you all for coming today. We have a great parade scheduled for you. It's as big as it's gonna get, but I think it keeps growing because today, as I was checking my email, I did have a couple of emails from people that said, we've been in the parade every year, but I didn't get my application in on time. Can I still be in the parade? And of course I said, yes, don't kill me. I see my committee members out there, and we said we were sticking to the deadline this year, so don't kill me later. Look at Renee's face. We don't really turn anyone down, but we had to put a deadline so that we kind of cut down on the chaos of the parade in the morning. You can't imagine trying to check in over 50 groups that morning. Every single group that comes to the parade has to check in so that they know where they're going to be in the order at the parade. So we had to put a deadline so that we receive the majority of the applications on time. So there will be a couple of stragglers that we get this week, and we're not going to turn anyone away, especially those that have been in the parade for years. And I want to introduce my committee members because I see someone else just pulled up that's in the committee. So we have Renee Ledbetter. Renee. Jenny Antunes. Kenny Ramus standing behind her. Desiree Martin sitting down. I see Joe Dias. Jose Montero hiding behind the Foster Grants over there. Shane Burgle. Norma Bele. We have the pleasure of having our president, Peter Silver, on our committee. We have our board member, Nate Montero. We also have school committee member Chris Carter. We have one member, his name is Ted Taylor. I want to make sure I didn't forget about Teddy because I talked to Teddy one day on the phone, and then the next day we were texting, and then I didn't hear from him the next day, and the next day I heard from him and he said, "I'm sorry, Diane, I can't help you. I'm in Iraq." He got called last minute with his unit in Iraq, and I'm sorry if I get emotional because as a former National Guard member, it kind of hits me in my heart. And I haven't heard from him in a couple of months, so I ask all of you to pray for Teddy. For Teddy, he's in a chemical unit, so it's really dangerous for him out there. So if you could please all say a prayer for Ted Taylor. He's a really, really hard worker on our committee. We're gonna miss him this year. City Council member Dana Ribeiro is also on our committee. Dana DeBarros, who works for New Bedford Cable Vision, and Julio Barboza, who's a New Bedford police officer. Also, he's our vendor chairperson. So this year, I also want to mention that we usually have vendors at where the parade ends, but we made another change this year, and we're going to use the Morse drill lot, and we have a bounce pot for all the children, so all the kids in the audience, make sure you let your mothers know, your parents know, that you want to go to the bounce pot. It's going to be on Pleasant Street between Wing and Bedford Street. It's going to be running between 8 and 11. It's going to be right now it's a $10 fee. I'm trying to negotiate it a little bit, but you're going to get a bracelet, and that's going to allow you to bounce all day long as many times as you can, and it's for younger children all the way up to the teenagers. He told me he was going to make sure he brought some of the bigger bouncers so we could accommodate some of the, I see you. So we could take care of all the children, because the parade, once the parade's over, we understand that there's not much that goes on for the children, and we try not to forget about them. I have to thank some of my sponsors. I'm a little bit sad because I saw her in the audience, but now I don't see her. Jean Costa with the Grant Pierce Housing is a really new sponsor for us this year, and they came up with a big amount for us, so I'm happy with that. They're one of the foundations that fall under the Cornell management, so that was a really good surprise this year with them. And I see Dagny Ashley over there from Destination New Bedford. Dagny always helps us out with all of our banners. All the banners that you see in the signs during the parade, the Grand Marshal float, and at the reviewing stand and all the banners, Dagny's office supports us and gets those for us. So we'd like to make sure we thank Dagny. New Bedford Police, the New Bedford Police Union, they're a big supporter of ours, so we have to give them a shout out. And Saunders Funeral Parlor has been supporting the parade as long as I've been involved, and that's almost, I don't know, I lost track. I don't even know how many years I've been involved, but we have to thank Saunders also. So once again, the parade steps off at 11 as usual. Don't forget, we're gonna take a right on County, and we're gonna go down Spring all the way to Acushnet Avenue. We have a really entertaining parade for you, and we look forward to seeing all of you there. And then we look forward to seeing you all at the Morse Drill Lot on Pleasant Street to support our vendors and our bounce spot for the children. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle Cruz. I see you sitting over there. How could I forget Kyle? Kyle's my cousin. Our parade announcers this year will be Kyle Cruz, former Recognition Board member for years and years and years, and John Centeo will be on the reviewing stand. I'm sorry, Kyle.
Finally, it's time to shake a tail feather. We have the Ministry of Dance from Our Lady of Assumption, who's now going to perform for us. Please give them a round of applause. Renee Ledbetter.
Lift it, shake it, head it. no time for problems. Hold the weight on your shoulder. Put your troubles behind you. If you fall down, just get up. Get your head up the dirt and when they try to bad mind you and they talking behind you, don't let nothing bother you. Put your hand in the air and everybody. Ale, 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 ale. Everybody. Ale, 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 ale. Everybody. I woke up this morning and I feel nice. But the path that I chose comes with battles to fight. As long as I'm living, my future is shaping. And where I am headed, got no time for problems. Hold the weight on your shoulder. Put the problem behind you. If you fall down, just get up. Get your head up the dirt and when they try to behind you and they talking behind you, don't let nothing bother you. Put your hand in the air and everybody. Ale, 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 ale. It's time to get up and move it. lady, oh. Beautiful lady, oh. That kind of African lady, oh. I'm singing this song for Kanya.
That concludes the program. Anyone who's interested in joining the dance troupe, contact Renee Ledbetter, Our Lady of Assumption. Thank you for coming, and enjoy the Cape Verdean Recognition Week, everybody. Thank you.
I woke up this morning and I feel nice, but the path that I chose comes with battles to fight. As long as I'm living, my future is shaping, and where I am headed, got